Hi there, I'm Sylvia Plester-Silk, and 10 Minutes to Joy is your weekly invitation to reset, recharge, and rediscover your most joyful self through aha moments and simple energy techniques. Today, we're talking about the importance of rest. I am not talking about rest as in a good night's sleep, although that may be part of today's subject. But I think as a society, we're tired. Many are exhausted. So many people are living with chronic fatigue, chronic pain, or other chronic conditions that prevent you from doing everything you want to do at the time that perhaps you want to do it, or with the timing that you want to do it. In our culture, we're taught to hustle. We got to make things happen. No time like the present, and all of those going on and on and on kinds of statements. I could probably do a full podcast just packed with them. However, I'm here today to A, celebrate rest, and B, encourage you to allow yourself to rest. I just had my annual writer's retreat, followed by a week at the cottage. I was amazed at how joy-filled I felt just sitting around, reading a book. I didn't need to rush off to this place. I didn't need to go shopping. I didn't need to create anything. I just needed to be. I didn't realize how tired I was when I went on vacation until I was on vacation. And I just slowed down and had a huge pause. Part of me was like, am I okay? Is this healthy? And my inner critic came up. And then I realized I was feeling such a state of zen, relaxation, and even joy at just sitting, not having to perform, not having to do. When we think that we have to make things happen and we have to force them, that's an exhausting way to think and be, because we're always pushing Jello up a wall. We're trying sometimes to make things happen that A, may not even be right for us, and B, it might not be the right timing for something to happen either. And so when we get caught in this constant striving energy, it's like we get caught up in the rapids in the water, and we're going this way and we're going that way and this way and that way and this way, and we don't know whether we're going to end up getting out of the water before or after the waterfall. So it becomes extremely important to rest. And I think that we have different ways of resting. It might be like me being rather inert and reading mindless books at the cottage or staring at the water. It could be rest means that you need to just take some time out and have some really good laughs with some friends. For some people that are more introverted, being by yourself, maybe gardening may feel like rest. For some of us, gardening can feel like work and isn't rest. How many of you were taught as little ones, as kids, or observed our parents making sure all the work was done before you could have any fun? There's an imbalance that happens with that, because sometimes some of our work will never truly be done. Laundry, dishes, as soon as we get those done, we dirty them. How do you allow yourself to rest? Do you meditate? That's great. But how do you just Calm yourself down, ground yourself. Be present in the moment and just be without having to do, without thinking about your long to-do list of 125 items. Just simply put rest on that to-do list. Rest may be doing some artwork. Rest may be going for a gentle walk. It may be going and sitting on your favorite rock or sitting by the water. It may be having an afternoon nap. Yay, those ones are just blessed. But resting is what we're often not good at. We make ourselves work and work and work and do and do and do, but then we forget or we run out of time to rest. Have you been taking your breaks at work? Do you stop and eat lunch, or are you eating lunch as you're working? Again, we live in this society that is constantly telling us that we need to strive and do more, work harder, be more, do more, etc. What if rest is the rest was the required condition to be able to make things happen? I think it is. And I think it is for a couple of reasons. One, our bodies need time out to rest. Our minds need time out to rest. Our intuition needs space. Sometimes when we're struggling with a decision or making some choices or we have some change coming up, we actually need to create just a pause, and not a 30-second pause, but maybe a day of pause, maybe a week of pause, where we can allow the intuitive information to come to us so that we can then, at the appropriate time, the authentic time for us, make the change or put those things in action. Sometimes I think that we put things in action so quickly, we don't take the time to ask ourselves, is this right for me? Is this my path? But we get caught up instead with these, pardon me, high achievers. And you've got to do this, and you have to have this to-do list, and you've got to do your bullet points every morning, and you've got to do this and this and this. What about periods of self-reflection? Just taking time out and grounding yourself, taking time out to breathe, and just giving yourself and your body time to reset within your day, within your week, within your weekend, within your month, your year, and so on. Because as we do that pause, we refresh ourselves. We often will come up with new ideas that have such a better outcome than the ones we rushed and quickly did because somebody else told us to do it, or we looked it up on ChatGPT. How do we give ourselves permission to rest, play, and then work? Because sometimes that rest and play creates such an energetic burst that we can then do the work without it feeling like work. It can feel more joyful because we know that the work that we're doing fits us in our intuition. It feels right for us. And there's this joyful motivation that comes with that. Like, I know this is what I'm meant to do in this moment. Or I feel like baking, so I'm going to do that, just as an example. So give yourself time out to rest. Resting is something that we need to be doing every day for a period of time. Taking time out to just simply breathe, to listen to calming music, to meditate, to take a walk alone, to just connect with our inner landscape so we know where we're at, so we don't exhaust ourselves. And we end up refreshed for the things that actually do need to happen that are right for us in our lives. So this week, I encourage rest periods, and it is vacation time. So if you want to do an extended rest period, that's okay too. Give yourself permission. We've shared another 10 minutes of growth together. Remember, joy's a practice, not a destination. Keep moving forward with pause, and I'll be right here with you next Friday. Have a restful week.